Hello everyone, my name is Simon, and today we have another game of StarCraft 2. This time it's going to be on the map Ohana LE. It's going to be a ladder game between, in the bottom right corner of this map we have TSL.Inori, of course part of Team SCV Live. And in the opposite side of the map, from this guy's replay pack I got this game, it's going to be none other than a member of Team Liquid named LiquidHero. Of course, LiquidHero being one of the best PROTOSS players in the world, shortly followed, if not a little bit, no, I wouldn't say worse, but at the same level of TSL.Inori. Both players are incredibly good. Both players are, of course, Korean. Because I say of course because it's kind of obvious. Well, lately it's not actually that obvious, but a lot of good Zerg players and StarCraft 2 players in general are actually from Korea. So right now we see a game. On this map it's going to be a PROTOSS versus PROTOSS. Both players already opening up with the exact same build. Most likely both players are going to do the exact same thing for the early opening of the game. Of course, sometimes you see some ridiculous crazy stuff like Nexus first, but man, I only have seen that fail, and well, I've only seen that like 1 or 2 times and it was kinda stupid. So right now we see LiquidHero putting down his first gateway as well as Inori. However, Inori already making a little bit of a difference, going for this early assimilator. This might as well mean that he is going to go for some tech play, or he might go for an early sentry up. However, we already see double gas going down right now by LiquidHero, definitely indicating some tech play right here. Of course, PROTOSS versus PROTOSS was lately, or like half a year ago, it was actually well known for like 100% 4-gate versus 4-gate, and at the time they actually removed the ability to warp in on ramps, and that actually reduced the amount of 4-gate you saw dramatically, because well, people already found out that there's some builds to actually hold a 4-gate. But once these builds were nerfed and there was actually no way to warp in on the high ground or on the ramp anymore, it all changed quite a bunch. So right now we see a Cybernetics core going down. We don't see an early Zealot. Actually, right now we see the early Zealot by LiquidHero. We see the exact same thing going down for TSL.Inori, getting a second gas a little bit later. However, he got his first gas a little bit earlier. So probably gonna go ahead and get a Stalker as well as a warp gate upgrade. So there we go. Actually we see probes going into the third gas as well as the Stalker and the warp gate upgrade on the way. A typical Zerg versus PROTOSS opener right now, getting the next pylon up and just going to make up for a fairly standard game. No double proxy gating or whatever kind of stuff like that. Nothing of that. We also, actually we see a sentry going down by LiquidHero, of course playing a little bit safer because sentries of course having the ability to force field, going to be able to actually put a force field on this ramp right here, and this is going to prevent any kind of TSL.Inori's units to following it up. However, that's only until he gets any kind of Archon or Colossus out. However, we are far away from that. We already see the first Stalker and Zealot moving out on the crest on the map right now by TSL.Inori. And actually we see both players going for a Stargate right now. Inori going for a Stargate right here. And where's the Stargate? There's LiquidHero Stargate. So it's going to be Stargate versus Stargate. Most likely going to be Phoenix versus Phoenix. And yeah, that's going to be really interesting how both players are going to actually differ their builds. Because, well, it's going to be the exact same thing, pretty much, of course. A little bit of a difference. We see actually, oh, nice force field right there by Hero. Which is going to actually give him a free Zealot right there. Of course, the Stalker will be able to get into the main right now, but he's going to scout this Stargate actually producing a Phoenix. So really cool right there by TSL.Inori, seeing what is coming, and I wonder what he's going to respond to. He's actually going to respond by getting a second Stargate up. Oh man, such a cool strategy to actually, okay, he's going to go ahead by like, yeah, okay, I see Stargate, I'm going Stargate myself. Let's just add another one so I can actually double your Phoenix production. So really cool right there, and it's a little bit of a pause right there, so I'm going to take a sip of my tea. Oh, good stuff, and as you can see on the production tab, already a robotic facility going down for LiquidHero. He's going to probably make just a few Phoenix. I wonder if he's going to get like 2 or more. Probably only going to get like 1 or 2 or 3 maybe. And yeah, he's going to go ahead, probably even cancelling. Oh my god, he's going to cancel the robotics facility and actually get a second Stargate himself as well. Oh my god, double Stargate versus double Stargate. I can't recall when I've seen this like in forever. I don't watch that much PvP, man, but man, this is crazy. This is crazy stuff. Of course, if either player would actually just go for Blink Stalker or whatever, it would just change the entire matchup pretty badly. However, we see TSL.Inori going for a secondary base as well as LiquidHero, so both players being pretty damn equal right now. If you look at the unit tab, however, we see one more Phoenix right now out for Inori. Of course, having his first Phoenix already flying across the map, going to scout whatever he's going on, and he's going to expect a... oh, he's actually not going to expect it because, well, he was going to expect a robotics facility right here. I don't know if he scouted that actually. Let's actually check out if he scouted that. Oh no, he didn't scout it, but he cancelled, and it's going to double Phoenix. And man, this is going to be silly because Phoenix can also shoot and fly at the same time. And of course, since both Phoenix have the exact same flight speed, it's going to be a very weird fight because, well, just the one with one more Phoenix will always win the fight, of course, depending on the upgrades. But it doesn't look like both players are going to go ahead and get the upgrades going for their air upgrades. However, we see TSL.Inori just moving out. He just got scouted by LiquidHero, and LiquidHero saw this Nexus going down, so that's going to be a pretty good indication for what's going to happen right now. We see a little bit more Phoenix flying across the map right here. We actually see 3 Phoenix right now by LiquidHero, producing more and more Phoenix right now, and actually producing a few, moving a few drones to his natural, already getting double gases up at his natural, probably just going to go ahead and get more and more Phoenixes up, I imagine, because, well, what else would you need all those gases for if you have no other tech besides double Stargate? Very, very interesting play by both players. I'm really curious why they decided to do this kind of stuff. Metagaming each other pretty hardcore. Going to pick off a Zealot right now. Going to prevent the scouting of the PROTOSS player right now. But of course we see just going to save up a few Phoenix right now by LiquidHero. Of course, they don't want to overproduce on those Phoenix because, well, then the ground army will just be too strong and both players will just be able to march into the opponent's natural and just take out the entire base right there. However, we are just waiting right now for a tech switch, but it's not coming just yet. Both players are just going to mine all 4 gases right now, being pretty much equal in supply right now, actually completely equal. Seeing the exact same production tab for like the entirety of the game, and well, both players are just going to try and bait out, and right now we see a 2-on-1 more Phoenix for LiquidHero, and he's just going to try actually get aggressive right now because, well, he knows he has the upper hand in this fight, but right now probably reinforcements are going to come out by TSL.Inori, and I imagine LiquidHero going to turn back right there. He might be able to actually pick off a Stalker or 2. Actually going to pick off a, oh, nice pick off by drones right there. Going to go ahead and actually pick off a few right there. Pretty cool play. I gotta say, I really like this. It's really funny to watch, but I gotta imagine this must be so frustrating for both players to actually play because, well, look at this. Look how silly this looks. It's going to be exactly the same matchup. However, right now we see a little bit of a change right now by LiquidHero. Of course, he is going to continue to produce Phoenix, however, but he is going to go ahead and get a robotics facility out as well as a few more gateways. I wonder if he's going to go ahead and get his upgrades going. Most likely not because, well, it's going to be so hard. Oh my god, do you see the production tab? There's going to be a fleet beacon out by TSL.Inori. Is he going to go for carriers? Or is he going to go for a mothership? Man, this game is crazy. However, we see so much Phoenix right now for LiquidHero, even outproducing TSL.Inori right now. However, he's going to back off because he doesn't want to lose any. Of course, PROTOSS units regenerate their shields, so if he loses any, it's going to be such an advantage for his opponent. But right now we see the fleet beacon going down, and I'm really interested what is going to happen. However, we don't see any gas saved up by TSL.Inori, so it's going to be very hard for him to actually imagine what is going on. Is he going to go and get a carrier up? Is he going to get a mothership? I'm so interested. Actually, he's already getting the I don't even know the upgrade of right now. It's going to be the Anion Pulse Crystals, which actually increases the Phoenix range by 2. Oh my god, such crazy play. Because if you think about it, the range of the Phoenix will just be upgraded by 2, and as long as Hero just has the lower Phoenix count, he won't be able to run away with this higher Phoenix range. Oh my god, crazy play. I've actually only seen one game where this Phoenix upgrade has been researched, and man, this is crazy. We still see more and more seconds, and right now, actually, is LiquidHero, yeah, LiquidHero is scouted. How is he? Oh, there's actually a observer right now, so he's actually going to go ahead and actually scout this. However, we see a nice push right now by LiquidHero, just going to check on the Phoenix count, but they're actually going to turn around and actually getting his Phoenix right there, because, well, Bro, right now his Phoenix are going to be a little bit stronger because he has the bigger amount, and actually he's going to be able to snipe so many Phoenix from TSL.Inori, man. Crazy play. Right now, actually, we see already the Templar Archive going to be finished. I wonder if he's going to go ahead and get Archons up, or getting the Psionic Storm, or just going to use High Templars to actually feedback the Phoenixes. But man, crazy play right there. Actually, we see a little bit of more aggression right now. Actually, we're going to be able to pick off a few probes right there. Such a cool game, I gotta say, man. Of course, PROTOSS isn't my race of choice, but man, this is so funny to watch. Like, it must be so incredibly frustrating and weird to play, but right now we already see a few Templars being warped in. I wonder if he's going to go ahead and actually get Archons out, or just going to use them for the feedback ability. I imagine he's going to actually use them for feedback because, well, he's also getting Blink right now. Actually getting so many buildings on 2 bases right now, getting more and more gateways up. Already having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gateways up right now, man. So many already. Such a sick play, and already we see a 3rd base going down by LiquidHero as well as by TSL.Inori, exactly the same time once again. So both players using pretty much the exact same build at this point in time, man. Such an interesting play. Right now we see the first fort going finally down for TSL.Inori. I wonder if he's going to go ahead and get any upgrade to this game. It will be very late if he does so. And oh my god, he's going to switch it up. He's like, yeah, after double Phoenix, after getting the Phoenix range upgrade, I'm just going to go ahead and actually get double robotics facility. That's a normal build in PROTOSS versus PROTOSS, right? However, we see a little bit of aggression right now at TSL.Inori, of course, having the extra range upgrade, giving 6 range to the Phoenixes, where only LiquidHero's Phoenixes will only have 4. And right now, actually, we see the blink being finished up already by LiquidHero. So LiquidHero, if he gets 1 good blink off on all those Phoenix, actually a lot could be going down because, well, a bunch of them are already at low HP. However, we see a nice ground attack right now by TSL.Inori as well. TSL.Inori having a nice big army at this point in time. However, we see a nice blink back right there by LiquidHero, but he's going to lose a lot of Stalkers right here. Man, this is really crazy game by both players. However, we see the 3rd base going up already by a hero. Of course, probably TSL.Inori is going to move a few drones right now as well to his 3rd base. And both players being pretty much equal, I imagine, in income. Yeah, it's 56 versus 57 in the favor of LiquidHero. But of course, that is a little tiny bit of difference. Right now, we actually also see the charge upgrade going down. For Hero, so Hero is going to get a lot of charge slot, probably gonna follow it up with Stalkers and Archons right now. Yeah, actually using the Phoenixes, actually using them to get, oh my god, actually hold that thought, because we see a lot of Phoenixes going to actually snipe off a lot of probes right there. Already getting a bunch of them. Right now it's going to be 7 drones, or 7 probes ahead right now, but man, we see this big fight going to come in by LiquidHero. LiquidHero going to go ahead and actually get this base maybe sniped off, because, well, nice concave right here, going to actually be able to snipe off a lot of probes right there. I wonder if he's going to go in. Oh my god, nice force field right there, and nothing to actually block off those force shields by TSL.Inori. He doesn't have Archons, he doesn't have Colossus, so he's not able to actually push down those force fields right now. And actually, I imagine Hero is going to be go ahead and actually snipe off this base. Yeah, there it goes down already, man. We see nice focus firing right there with the Phoenixes, but man, LiquidHero is going to actually get so much stuff up right now that he's going to pull up ahead in supply for pretty much the first time into this game. Nice big warp in right here by LiquidHero, of course, having the charge ability at this point in time, so he is able to actually just kill this army if he gets nice positioning right now. You see already all these Stalkers being blinked in, but right now we see all these Phoenixes trying to pick up a few, but man, they're pretty much out of energy, and what are they going to be able to do? Actually, a little bit of a bad trade right there by LiquidHero, but he's going to go ahead and warp in more High Templars as well as more Zealots, so probably going to push those High Templar together. Yeah, there they go. He's going to get more Archons up, and if Inori knew about this, he would actually just snipe it off, but he doesn't know about this at this point in time. So right now he's just scared and trying to get his 3rd base up, whereas LiquidHero, of course, all this time is actually mining from this 3rd base right here. So really solid play by Hero. Hero, of course, playing really damn good in this game. In this crazy PROTOSS versus PROTOSS, and right now we see a little bit of a bigger army as well as a lot of extra probes right now for LiquidHero. And as long as LiquidHero just puts on the pressure right now, he doesn't have to sit back in this point in time. Of course, he might actually get a little bit of a weird blink right there, but no, doesn't look like it's going to be enough. He just has such a big armor. See the first Colossus actually moving around, man. This is a crazy walk around. But TSL.Inori knows it's not enough and he GG's, guys. I want to thank y'all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this crazy game of PvP. And I want to thank y'all. Have a great day and I see you in 2 days. Bye.